Hey folks, it's the Lazy Hiker. I'm in Sequoia National Park. You can see we're at the Sherman Tree Trail. This is the most popular trail in the park because it's very short. It's also the biggest tree in the world, so very popular. But it's 7 o'clock in the morning and there's nobody here, so I'm ecstatic. So we're going to do this trail, plus we're going to do the Congress Trail and an extended Congress Trail. All right, so we are here. We're going to go down to the General Sherman Tree, which is, I don't even think it's half a mile. It's a very short trail. Then we're going to go down the Congress Trail. There's several huge trees along this trail. We're going to go down, and instead of taking the short one, we're going to go down here, all the way down here, and then back, which I think will be about 5 miles or so. So let's get started. The Sherman Tree Trail is paved, but has stairs, so not quite as easily accessible, wheelchair accessible. Steep trail, high altitude, 0.4 miles to General Sherman Tree, but 200 feet down. Our first look at the General Sherman Tree. Hard to tell, but it's 14 stories tall. Kind of ugly at the top, but when we get to the base, that's the killer. Lots of trees besides the General Sherman Tree in the area. The orange bark are sequoia trees. And here we are at the base. Hard to tell without anybody around it, but I'll be there in just a second. But look at the tree over here to the right. This tree, these two trees here, are probably 100 feet tall, 60 to 100 feet tall. There's a ground squirrel on the tree. Give you some perspective. This is one of the limbs that fell off a long time ago. A limb. There's lots of signs and lots of benches around the Sherman Tree Trail. General Sherman. This is the wheelchair accessible trail. It starts from a different parking lot and a much shorter trail, so there is access for wheelchairs. It's also a shuttle bus stop. It's a fallen tree that they've put a trail through the middle of. It's about 6 feet high. There's a parking lot for only wheelchair accessible. General Sherman Tree from a different viewpoint. Here's a slab of a tree that is 2,200 years old. It's probably 15 feet tall. Yeah. Double me for sure, plus a little more. Many sequoias have these fire scars. More than many, probably most. But their wood protects them. As long as they can grow bark to the tree, then they stay alive. Very spongy kind of cork bark. That's up to 2 feet thick, 2.5 feet thick. Alright, the Congress Trail is easily marked. I've been wandering around the General Sherman Tree for 45 minutes and I've gone about a mile. So we'll start here. Little stream running through the area. Tiny little waterfall way back there. There's a big group of smaller sequoias. They almost look normal sized trees. Still big trees, but like a big pine tree. Looks like the Congress Trail is paved the whole way. We'll see. Well, there's a jumble of trails here. Sherman Tree is 0.2 miles that way if we took a right. So this is a short, if we want to take the short Congress Trail. It says McKinley Tree to the left. Also full Congress Trail, which is what we're going to do, to the left as well. So we'll be coming back on that one. Going up. Just look at the lean on this tree and how heavy that must be and how the world is still standing. This one lives on even with a huge fire cavity. These two trails parallel each other pretty close. You can see the lower one to the right there. This trail looks like you can go on a wheelchair the whole way. And it's pretty amazing. Everywhere you look, super huge trees. It's just nice. There's several trees like this around, close together and about the same circumference and everything. And they believe they were probably seated in the same fire because the cones won't open unless there's a fire. And the cones are not very big, like that big. This tree is called the Great Arch Tree because of this huge fire burn. Goes up, must be 100 feet or so. Still alive. Here's one that did not survive a fire. A bit of lupine flowers along the way. This is the president. One of the top trees in the world. Huge. And you can get right up to it. Alright, we're at the McKinley Tree Trail Junction. 5 trails lead off from this spot. We're going to go down, continue on down, go around Circle Meadow, back to Alta Trail, and then back to our parking lot way up here. Near the end of the trail is another little tunnel, tree tunnel you have to go through on the hike. Alright, we're back at the General Sherman Tree area. It's about 11:30. A lot more people here now. Trail goes that way. Our trail goes this way back to the parking lot. Lots of people here this time of day. Haven't even shown you a fraction. Well, it's a tough climb back up, but we made it. This is a pretty great trail. Better to do earlier than later because of the crowds, but good trail. Well, I was the only car in the parking lot this morning. That is no longer true.